All right, welcome back to Locked On Colts, everybody. We are joined by a very special guest today. It is comedian Drew Lynch. He caught the nation by storm back on America's Got Talent Season 10 back in 2015, and he's just been shooting to the moon ever since. You can find his latest stand-up special, The Stuttering Comedian, full thing for free on YouTube. I've checked it out recently. It is awesome. You will not be disappointed. And he's here with us because he is an Indy native. So welcome to the show, Drew. And man, it's you don't get a lot of us from Indy out there making it big.
Yeah, just coming back to, see the roots, see the Colts be what they are this season. I mean, what a time to join you guys on this podcast. It's not like anything's happened this week.
All right, of course, yeah. No, it's so I'm looking here. So you're born and briefly raised here in Indy, and you went to Roby Elementary, is that right?
Yeah, I did. I was there I was there for just till like second or third grade, and then my parents moved us out to Vegas, and so I kind of split my childhood between here and out there, and but most of my family's still out here in Indy.
Okay, yeah. So Roby, I think that's Claremont, right?
No idea. This was before I knew directions, before I knew how to read.
Yeah, I think that's considered Claremont. So I'm from Brownsburg. I still live in Brownsburg, just the next town over.
Cool.
So that's a real small world.
My family's in Avon, so I know where Brownsburg is, and Danville and all that.
Man, yeah, the rivalries are crazy here. So when did your...
Am I stepping on turfs? I have no idea. Am I just stirring things up on accident? I'm so sorry.
Brownsburg
I'm so sorry
and
where
Avon.
I'm from.
Yeah, Brownsburg Avon's like a blood feud. It's crazy.
Oh man, what a way to start it off. I'm so sorry.
No, I'll pop out of here. You guys can have some arguments, and then I'll come back in here in a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to see this, Zach. But no, like you two and everything. Like when you are back here around Indy, like where are some places you gotta go? Like what are your staples here around town?
So honestly, I'm a big food guy. I mean, there's have so many like chain restaurants here, but I don't get a lot of chain restaurants out in LA. That's where I live. So when I'm here, I usually I do all my my dirty habits here where I go to my Chick-fil-A, and I sometimes I see what's going on in the new Wendy's menu, and just a bunch of things that I haven't told anybody out loud until this moment right now. You made me realize how gross I am when I come out here, but there's no chain restaurants in LA. It's all mom and pop, and everything's like arugula on an avocado, and that's what we eat out there. So then when I come out here, I'm hunched in a corner, just stress eating, watching the Colts, which for the most part has been contributing, I think, to why I eat so much out here. Now, when I watch the Colts, I'm relaxed. I'm smoking a cigar. I'm like, this is how it goes. This is what we built it for, boys.
Yeah, exactly. It took so long, but yeah, I mean, you said you left Indy, when you were a kid in young grade school. Like, were you a fan right off the bat? Was it like your parents brought you into the fandom? How'd that all start?
Yeah, I started as a my parents had me go to Pacers games when I was really young. I used to go to like when Reggie Miller was on the team, early, in the 90s, and then this was right, we kind of went right from awesome Pacers to awesome Colts. It was just kind of it just rolled into drafting Peyton, and then very early on, I just remember as a kid, my dad and I, we would just sit in front and just I mean, you seeing what we see now in maybe any organization, it's you don't really appreciate how awesome it was to just watch Peyton Manning, watch Reggie Wayne, watch Marvin Harrison and Dallas Clark and Edge and all these people growing up. You almost it would almost be you take winning for granted when you grow up watching. You would leave. You would just kind of leave on the third quarter. You're yeah, they got you know what I mean? You wouldn't have to watch Adam Vinatieri kick. You would just be of course, I'm going to get up and go, if they're in the red zone, I'm going to get something from the kitchen. It was just, you wouldn't even see the game all the way through, or even the drive all the way through, So, yeah, it's, I've been a diehard fan for pretty much my whole life, and the ups and downs of it, it's as frustrating as it is. It's also just been it's been really cool for when things do click. It's cool to be there for when that's happening.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you say you're a diehard fan, and there's so many layers to being a diehard. Are you one of those fans though, where it's like they lose on Sunday, your Monday's ruined, your Tuesday's ruined? Like, is it that hard for you?
Oh yeah. I can only commiserate with people like you guys here. Like, this is like why, you know what I mean? Like, it's that. I mean, some people, I don't understand people who are just okay. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, okay. And I have friends who want me to do like fantasy, and it's like for the longest time, I was like, I don't need another reason to be sad. I don't want to lose twice. You know what I mean? Like, that just let me take the one, Yeah. So yeah, it's a mood killer for sure.
Yeah. And the funny thing with fantasy is what you do is you grab the defense that's playing against the Colts or playing and stuff like that. So like if they have a great day and you're feeling good regardless, you're like, well, at least I won in fantasy.
Yeah, and it's not even like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Zach, but I just like good. It's not even like they weren't like, it's not even like they're just that it was ever a bad team. It was just that like things just didn't click all at the same time, and I think that's kind of what's special about this season is just like Daniel Jones is he's just an efficient operator of the offense. And so it's like, of course, all of these pieces that have always been there are elevated. Like we've all known like that Josh Downs is incredible for so long. We've just kind of known that. And it's like, to get the certain timing and how things get schemed up to see like Alec Pierce flourish this season. Like we've always known that he was awesome as like a deep threat. But it's just, I mean, when you see someone distribute it and it's out and it's on time, it's like, oh, this is the musicality of this offense. Like, this is how Steichen wanted it to be. Like, he wanted it to just kind of like just kind of unfold in a way that's got design. It's got like, there's beauty to it. So yeah. when the timing of it happens and when you see why certain things are drawn up that way, you really can kind of actually appreciate something that we've been frustrated with from maybe our roster construction standpoint, because we've known that there's been talent. It's just never really seemed to kind of come together.
Yeah, for sure. And a big thing on this show for sure is all off season we weren't very high on this season going into the year. Yeah. Anthony Richardson, we didn't know how to feel about him. Daniel Jones, obviously myself getting a lot of that brunt there about just being wrong, but.
Jeez, Zach. Unbelievable, dude.
I know.
You were the only one.
Right? I was the only one out there that didn't believe it. But I wanted to get your thoughts on what your perspective was coming to the year. Like, you said diehard fan, Mondays, Tuesdays, worst days ever when they're losing. The last 10 years have been kind of rough. 10 plus years, been kind of rough. Now you're coming into this year and they're trying to sell you on Daniel Jones saving your team. What were your thoughts coming into this season?
Oh, dude, I'm a huge hypocrite. There's, and it's, that's really hard because it's hard to not, it's hard to not, like, he deserves so much credit for how much research I didn't even do. It's right. Just like it's like we watch all of the pundits in media like not be aware of who is on our team, right? And that gets frustrating. And yet I'm the biggest like offender of that having happened, knowing that like maybe it was just like that, like, when an all-pro running back gets shipped out of town, as well as not being able to protect him, like it's like when he came into this season, I mean, it wasn't even like when you guys were reporting out of camp, it wasn't even like it was like, oh man, like there's a clear front runner in this. And Anthony Richardson is like such a stand-up human being. He's such a person who's like, he's got a good like head on him. And what I like about the fact that Daniel Jones has really been really like kind of just been someone who's surprised us all is that he himself just feels very Indiana to me. He's just very unassuming. He's just kind of like, I just come in, I do my job. Like, this is something that I think is so important, not to just the culture of a team, but like the identity of us supporting them. Like, I love our team and that they're just like, there's so much grit. There's been so much adversity. There's no real egos. Like, and Daniel Jones is just so Indiana, man. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's been so fun to watch this year, and it's easy to watch as a fan. It's easy to watch as an analyst because it's like, oh my gosh, like they're winning they're not even just winning, right? They're winning by like tons of points, and it's kind of getting to what you said with Peyton Manning, where it's like these third and fourth quarters, I'm already planning my show. I'm already planning the rest of my day. Like it makes life a lot easier for you, right?
Dude, I was sitting next to my brother on the couch while we were watching. I think we were watching the Cardinals game, which was actually much closer than anybody really wanted it to be. Yeah. I think we all got the news that Jacoby Brissett was starting, and then we were very upset. We were like, "Oh no, oh no, their starting quarterback is out. Oh no." Yeah. So my brother and I were sitting there on the couch, and like we're both just like, especially as it pertains to the Colts, we're such big fans that when it's not working, like the past few seasons, we're so angry, right? And so my brother, we're sitting there, we're watching the Cardinals game, like ends, and we won, and we were doing well there for a lot of it. It was just kind of giving out some chunk plays on defense. And he says, you know what I realized this season? He said, I thought my anger was getting like better, like my anger issues were getting better, but it's just the Colts are good at football. That's all it is. And I was just like, that is such a devastating, like sobering thing. It's just like, for the longest time, he was just thinking this season, he's like, I feel like I'm a better person. I'm just mentally like, I'm just getting over my demons. And it's like, no, they're just a better team.
The best therapy. You're like, I'm a better husband. I'm a better worker. Like everything's perfect because the Colts are winning.
Thank you, Shane Steichen.
Right. Yeah. It's all Shane Steichen. He fixed everything.
Fixing my marriage. Yeah.
Yeah. Fixing my marriage and all that. You know, speaking of marriage, stuff like that, I see on a lot of like your social media stuff, you know, you always talk about your wife. She's in a lot of your like comedian, like your stand-up stuff. How is she with your fandom of the Colts? Is she a big Colts fan too?
Dude, she is. She's like so much a fan that's like when we lost Dio, she like messaged me like, you know, she lost Dio, and she sent me a thing over like Instagram. It was like heartbreak, you know, and I had to like knock on the bedroom door and like open it to check on her. Like, are you okay? And she's like, well, it's just like, you know, these people and they just ship them out. And I was like, I know, babe, it's the business. I don't know. I have to like tell her. So here's the thing is like my wife is from Vermont. So she grew up watching like Tom Brady. Like she grew up watching Tom Brady and like, I know she just grew up like almost in a similarly privileged way, just kind of like, I never really got into football because there wasn't really any adversity. Like it was just kind of like, oh, all right, yeah, we're going to win. And, you know, that's kind of cool. She used to watch like the Army versus Navy game because that felt like, oh, maybe there's something going to happen there. Right. So the idea that like I became such a, you know, I taught her football. I taught her like what it means to like, you know, when to go for it on fourth and why the field position is important. Like, and really just like, cause the intricacy of what the game is. And you guys both know so much more than I do. But when you really, I think, understand the fundamentals of football, it's such a fun game to follow. It's just so much fun. And so it's actually really cool that my wife is just such a big fan. Like she's like, Pittman's having a kid, or like Ryan, things that happen with Ryan Kelly over the years following that journey. Like it's just it's really cool to know that she's also invested in a way that's, she's inherited my crazy a little bit.
Oh yeah. That's always the fun part. And one more football thing I got to get on, because we can't go any episode this week without talking about this.
Oh yeah.
Sauce Gardner.
I know.
Sauce Gardner coming.
I'd be so mad at you if you didn't bring it up. I was like, what are we talking about? Who cares about my wife? Who cares about my wife, Zach?
My wife would kill me if I didn't bring up your wife. That's the problem. But no, Sauce Gardner though, what was the immediate reaction and what are your thoughts now?
I think it's the most, I think it is the most unlike Colts, or at least unlike Chris Ballard move that I think any of us have ever seen, at least in his tenure, right? I mean, maybe in the Colts, in the history of the franchise, right? Like we just don't go out for some kind of move like that. And then I think when we were all like, when we kind of got the news that it was with a player as well, like, when that was kind of, I mean, I don't feel ill will towards anybody, despite the fact that it's like, okay, that was a loss. And like, that's probably on him for the Rams game. It sucks because he wanted to get better. He wanted to get it right. It's just how like cavalier I think the business can be. Sometimes it's just like, it's not personal. This is just what it was. He has so much potential. I wish him the best. But at the same time, I knew that there was going to be some sort of upside to the Sauce Gardner deal. And it's like, okay, the fact that all the bonuses I think I read are covered by the Jets, like it really is a team-friendly contract that we're taking on with Sauce. The fact that, I mean, like Charvarius Ward was someone who were like, wow, that was incredible to be able to get this offseason. Like this is a general manager who is either changing his ways because of maybe the seat kind of heating up, maybe because it actually was that we're like, we have somebody who's efficient in the offense. And we feel like we have that piece to kind of build around. Everybody's been saying it this week, but like, I think the fact that we're going in giving up our two first round picks for the next 2 years kind of gives a vote of confidence for Daniel Jones being the person we're moving forward with. Right. I mean, and, I was just, I don't know, man. I was just blown away. And the past few games, you're just constantly like, we got to get more pressure we got to get to the quarterback. We have the pressure, but we're just not getting him on the ground. And there's just this tandem of the secondary helping the pass rush helping the secondary. And I think this can help in such a huge way, man.
Yeah. Sure. It's crazy to see the Colts making the type of moves that like the Eagles and Chiefs and teams that actually go to the Super Bowl make. It's like, oh, is it because I'm sure all of us right now are just like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like this doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
That they're back to the level they were like a dozen years ago. But it's like this team is actually trying. Like I'm super into that.
Yeah, I'm not even confident we got Sauce Gardner. I was like, I need like proof. I need like proof of like.
I had to see him with my own eyes today. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's what I mean. It's just that is such a cool thing because you're like. It also makes sense to know that when you have that quarterback piece in place, then it feels like it makes sense to be able to be aggressive. And it's like, none of us thought that, I don't even think coming into the season, we thought we would be lucky if we were a 500 team. The fact that we're, 7-2 and 1 week out from the bye is pretty crazy. I mean, we would take that every week and all day on Sunday if that were to know that was the forecast of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. Without question. Well, Drew, thanks so much for joining us, but that'd be awesome if you want to come back here. And I know you're touring, you're busy, but I mean, when the playoffs inevitably get here, we got more stuff to talk about, man.
We'll chop it up, man. We'll chop it up. I'm very excited to see what's happening in Germany. And once again, just big fan of you guys and everything you do. So thank you very much for having me.
Well, appreciate it. That's likewise here. So Drew's currently on tour. Dates and tickets can be found over at drewlynch.com. Again, his most recent stand-up special, The Stuttering Comedian, is on YouTube. Again, I watched it today. It is awesome. He's going to be in Indy at the Helium Comedy Club, I believe, November 28th through 30th. So that's Thanksgiving weekend. Everybody's going to be in town. So you got several dates, Drew. So everybody make sure to go out and see it. Is there anything else you want to plug before we let you off here?
No, that's it, man. Thanks so much.
Perfect.
Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. He's popping on TikTok and on social media. I know that. So if you're not one of the millions of people who already follow him, go ahead and fix that now. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. And again, thanks, Drew, for making time for us.
My pleasure.